Alright, since the other videos we kind of went over like how Boss works and different features of it, and this one it'll probably be a long video because we'll do some coding, and I have a couple things to fix and then one feature. So the thing to fix is if I run snapshot ls and then boss list, so I have no containers, but I still have these leftover snapshots from upgrades. So we need to make sure these are cleaned up whenever the container is deleted. And then I also want to add to the API whenever I get container info, I want snapshots on that with the ID, the revision number, and file system size. So I started on the protos already, and we'll have to fill in the details. So we'll add this one here and make protos, and we'll get started. Alright, so the first thing we need to do is I need some more metadata to clean these up. And so when this is the flux.go and the flux package. This is what creates new snapshots, does the upgrades and rollbacks. So for this, whenever we create one, we're setting a couple labels already, the GC root and then the image label, but I need to also set probably container ID and revision number because I want to have them ordered, I think. So actually I may not need a revision number. I'll think about this while we fix the cleanup. So let's add a new label. And then we should have the ID in the crate, so we'll just add container ID label ID, and that should get us that. And we'll need another opt. So if I go into the agent and look at the delete for this container, whenever we call container delete, we have this with snapshot cleanup, and this will clean up the current snapshot, but not all the revisions that we're making. So we need to kind of duplicate this function and make our own opt for that. So where's my flux? So we'll take this and we'll just call it with revision cleanup, and we will just copy this for now and then add a comment. And then let's go ahead and replace this with flux with revision cleanup. Alright, so now what we need to do is we have one sanity check here. If we don't have a snapshot, or it's an invalid argument. And now we need to iterate over all the snapshots that have an ID for a label of container ID for this container. So we have our client. Let's get the snapshot service, and we should be able to why don't I have code completion, I forget. Oh, this here. Container D, container. Alright, so we have our client. We should have a list, or maybe it's a walk. I'm not sure. See, stat update usage view walk. I think it's this walk. So we'll need a string slice to hold all these keys, and then ever have a func. What does this do? Func context snapshot info error. We'll just call it snapshot info, returns an error, blah blah blah. Get that and SI. So what's on snapshot info? Oh, it's snapshots. Well, I'm rusty tonight. It's been a long day. Alright, so now we can get our labels and everything else. So let's walk through here, and if label si dot labels container ID equals c dot ID, I believe that's what it is. Oh, I guess name. Alright, and then at the end, say key and arrange keys. And let's try out something new. I'm gonna make an error group. Now let's just return no. Alright, and then we'll just say key. So this should remove them all, and there shouldn't be any issues with like parent-child relationships, because if we look at the list here, we can see they all share the same parent. They're not inherited off of each other like a commit, create, stuff like that. So let's make and install this at 85 and 95. Okay, wrong error import, and then 95. What was wrong with that? Missing return. Oh yeah. Alright. So let's restart and let's test this. So let's create my Redis container. And it looks, alright, I had, I don't know, networking failure on the hub or my computer, something like that. So boss list, and let's do some updates. And then list the snapshots. So we did 1, 2, 3, 4 updates and the create, so we should have 5 that would get removed here when we delete it. So boss stop Redis, boss delete Redis, and let's list these again, and we should have 3 left. Yeah, so these are the 3 that was left over from my previous run, so I'll just delete these manually just to clean this up. Alright, so we're in a good spot now, and we got cleanup works fine. So now in the list we want to populate that info, and I think we can remove revision number. Actually, we'll keep it on the info and we'll just dynamically create it. But if I roll back, I want to also be able to roll forward, maybe. I don't know, it would be nice if we rolled back and we start a new kind of branch on these that we could delete the other ones off of a rollback. Or maybe on rollback I should just delete the previous snapshot. Maybe that's a better idea to do this. Right, that can work. So let's go ahead and remove this revision and change this to 2, and then make protos again. Alright, and then there is a info command here in the agent where we're gonna need to grab this snapshot info. So we already have a snapshot service here, I think. Yeah. And we're getting 1 snapshot. So this is kind of current usage. We'll do a walk and build out the rest of these snapshots. So we'll say snapshot 1 snapshot, and then we'll do a service walk again. Alright, so let's have the same filtering as before. Tables, flux dot container ID level equals z dot ID. Actually, let's just continue out of that. So we have a snapshot, and now I need to get ID and usage. So let's see what's all. Oh, and I also want time, because it would be nice to see whenever this gets done. I just forget what the proto time field is, so I'll check containerd's API because it'll have it. Protobuf timestamp. Let's add that import, and then look at where the time is. There we go. R2, 3, standard time, good. created. What else is on here? We have created and updated. I don't think you need that. And I guess I could order by time if I want to order these, but maybe it's just better if I put the parent ID on here too. Well, parent's fine, I want previous. Alright, and that should be good. So let's just call this as this. And we want ID is equal to si.name. Created is equal to created, and then previous is a label, which is flux. Should have, but I don't have that exported. Huh. We'll rename that. Previous. If it doesn't have a previous, then it's like the very first one, so that's fine. And then fs size will be, we have to get the usage for this. So service usage. And there we go. So that should be everything. After we added the timestamps and stuff like that, let's make it. And then we need to add these snapshots. Alright, let's see what I messed up. Continue. Oh, yeah, this is a walk. Alright, so now that we have that, let's restart the agent so it picks those up, and let's do a create again. We should see boss get Redis. Alright, so I figured it out. I just had to update GoGo Protos on my machine. I must have had an old one or some version mismatch with stuff. So boss list, we have our stuff, and if we do a get and then JSON pp, we should have our snapshot. So we have one when it was created, its ID, and then its size. So if we do some updates, we should have a few more of these on the skit. Oh yeah, alright. Yeah, I'll need to change that. So when it's stopped, it doesn't have these static fields, but we got those. So let's try to fix that. Let's go here. So this info gets returned out. So we'll need to move the snapshot stuff up higher. And then I think these can go too. copy those, and this fs size should be good too. Usage size, bind sizes. Right. Let's try this out, missing the config. So let's move this up. Restart and try this get again. So it's running boss stop Redis. Let's try get again, and there we go. So we get the config now and all our snapshots. And let's do snapshot ls. We see them, boss delete Redis, and then list again, and they're gone. All right. So that looks good for now, and I'll end this video here, and in the next one we'll do checkpoint and restore and kind of container backups.